I feel a little late to the party. Hi friends, it's Adam, the crippled cannabis cowboy. Thanks for watching another one of my videos of feeling late to the party. When you learn things you didn't even know were really there, and you just learn things about everything else, including yourself. That's the hardest part, actually. For me, it's the hardest part, is getting over that what about me thing, like that why me? I have never been like that. I don't know why. It's something in your heart, I guess. I don't know. It's got a lot to do with the way I grew up, the things I got into. I noticed that hobbies have a lot to do with stuff like that. So, first and foremost, if some crazy shit like this is happening to you, find a hobby. If you go disabled or you're going disabled, you're going to learn things about the world. You're going to learn things about other people, about yourself. It's a very wide variety of things, so it varies. So one of the best advices I can give is not only, do your best to be the happiest you can, but come up with a backup plan for everything. I noticed I've had to use my backup plans several times in life, so it's always good to have a backup plan. Not just a backup plan, but a backup plan that backs up the backup plan. It's kind of crazy. That can happen to you with your vehicles, with your jobs, with your places to live, with all kinds of stuff. Like I said, I've had to cross every one of those bridges, and they are unpleasant. So if you can, back yourself up, back up your plan, come up with a plan, then back up that plan. And if you got the time, back up the backup to that plan. So it's pretty crazy. It keeps you busy, it keeps the mind busy. So that's something I learned, that it doesn't help me, but it helps me, I don't know, focus or get up. It helps me stay alive every day, is coming up with and critiquing this plan. The more I can preoccupy my brain, the longer I'm gonna last. Now, it's tough because I can't walk, I can't drive, I can't do things out there that regular people do. I stare at the wall, I stare at the ceiling. So when those things start to happen to you, the first thing that happens is your mind starts to go. You start to make up stories, you start to dwell on stuff. It brings your spirituality, or that feeling, it brings you real low. It like lowers your frequency or something like that. Just makes you feel like a piece of shit, and you want to crawl in a hole and let the world pass by. That is very, very real. If that's happening to you, there's no answers. Hopefully you can find something in yourself that preoccupies your brain. But while your brain's preoccupied, you gotta think about that plan, man. You gotta realize that you gotta back that plan up with a backup plan. If you got the time, back up the backup plan. I did notice, if you have to go that far, it's gonna break your heart. There's gonna be things in there that break your heart. It's mixed with going disabled. It's, you're gonna think you're close with someone and they're not. They're looking at you for different reasons. Whatever, it's their reason. I have to do my best to not be spiteful and not get upset at those things. They're in control of their own life, man. Just like you probably got your own problems to deal with. Hopefully find an answer. If you can't find an answer, find a small piece of something that makes you feel some kind of gratitude. Like, you don't necessarily have to be grateful this is happening, grateful that's happening. Just something that makes you feel warm and fuzzy. kind of like maybe even like a plan. Oh, okay, all right. Well, maybe I can do this. At least that's like a small idea. You can expand on those things. You know, that might show you doors into other areas of lifestyles that you can get into. Sometimes the carpet gets pulled out from under you, man. So that's where the backup plan kind of comes into play. I've had the carpet pulled out from under my feet a couple times in a couple different ways, and that's really tough to deal with. You ain't alone. There's other people in that boat too that share that boat. I know that boat's very lonely. It's very sad. You get mad when people try to talk to you. You don't want to talk to anyone. You don't want to see anyone. You're just on this boat and you're waiting for it to crash or sink or whatever the hell that brings all these nasty ass feelings. Those nasty ass feelings. Do your best to escape them. I ain't got no answers. I run from them out all the time. But there's a time where you gotta turn and face that shit, man. You know, I had to turn and face some things quite a bit for myself. You never know what's gonna happen. You know, if you turn and face your issues, maybe you get an idea. Maybe something will happen. Your brain will start working. Things start to happen to you. There is the other side where you flip out. That's the one thing I recommend you resist.